Welcome back to Let's Play Sundog Frozen Legacy. We're back on Banville, and I got the nullgravs and some stimulants from planet Warad in the Wormed system. And here I am going to deliver the nullgravs. But first I'm going to store these stimulants, and I'm going to sell them later for a profit on Jondd. Okay. And I earned 20,000 credits. Okay. Now they want droids, pharmaceuticals, clothing, 2 loads of cryogens, and let's see what I missed. Usually appears mid-ticker. Okay, fruits and vegetables. And meats. And then it repeats. And Banville has expanded. Alright, let's go back to the Starport on planet Drahu. Now, as a consequence of bringing cargo back from Wormed, I have endured some damage. And I burned up a lot of fuel fighting pirates. Now, I did have some system damage. They're all green right now. But I replaced all the parts, and none of the expensive components were destroyed. Thank goodness. But my hull does need some repairing, which can only be done at the Starport. And you can only buy fuel at the Starport. So we're going to do that for right now. And then I'm going to go to the bank and transfer my money to a nearby system, where we're going to look for cryogens. Because most of those items I can get here on Jondd. So I'm going to take some petty cash right now and then transfer the rest of it to a system called Lafser, which is really close. It hardly uses up any fuel to warp there. Now, the reason I bought stimulants is because I noticed some cities on Jondd offer some pretty high prices for them. While on Warad, they were selling them for mid to low prices, so I just picked some up, and hopefully I'll make some profit selling them to one of the cities on Jondd. Okay, so I've set the warp to last first, so let's go to the warp point and then take a nap. Okay. Now let's do the warp. And we're here. Alright, so we're setting course to planet Takana. And taking a nap to speed up the journey. And we're coming to the city of Hiopos, the Starport city. We're going to check to see if they have a cryogen here and any of the required items for Phase 5, which is what we're in right now. Okay. Hopefully there is an item here. There it is. If one of the items required for the phases here... Oh, spices, herbs are cheap. Then I'm just going to buy it and take the cryogen and go back to Banville. Stimulants is really cheap here, even cheaper than wormed. Gold's cheap, wood's fibers are cheap. I gotta keep this in mind if I ever need these items for Banville. This system must score really low on the wealth ranking, meaning you can buy things for really cheap. So it must not be a good system to sell things on. Since they do have stimulants, it must not rank very high on the law rating either. Unless they're legal stimulants. I mean, it is the future, of course. They probably have non-addictive stimulants. Okay, so we're going to Einkolt, the next city. Let's see if they have a cryogen here and confirm my theory that every planet has at least one. I'm thinking they do. Oh, out in the middle of nowhere again, huh? Oh, okay. Well, that was easy this time. But where is the commodities exchange? I guess if I keep going one direction, I'll find it. And I have found it. Okay, they do have a cryogen here. So I'm going to take it. And then I'm going to see if they have any of the items I need. Stimulants are really cheap here. Under 10,000. Well, I'm not seeing any. That's too bad. I would have liked to have bought something here because it's so cheap, the items. And then just taking it back to Banville, and then knowing the game, I would have had to fight pirates, and then that probably would have been the extent of the video. Me getting items here and then fighting pirates. Oh well. I guess I'll transfer the money to Shoot, another nearby system. And I don't think I need to refuel because the system was so close, it hardly burned up any fuel. I'll fuel up when I get to Shoot. Now, if you noticed, I had more money in the bank than I had transferred into the bank. That's because you have money in all these systems that your uncle has deposited. So even if you forget to transfer your money to the system you're going to, chances are there'll be a couple thousand credits in your bank account if you haven't been there already and taken it. Okay, so this one on the left is called Shoot, so we're going to go there. So let's just take a nap until we're at the warp point. Alright. And here we are at the Shoot system. So let's set course to planet Shoot. And take a nap. Okay, we're here. So our fuel has burned up some, so we're going to have to get some at the Starport on Shuthen. Maybe they have some of the items we need for this phase on this planet. I'll keep that in mind. But it looked like most of those items I could just get there on Jondd. which I'll probably do off camera. I'll get all the items I can on Jondd, and then leave what I couldn't get on Jondd for the next episode. And then I'll fight pirates, because undoubtedly I'll get attacked. And that was really convenient that they don't have cryogens here, that the commodities exchange was right next to the Starport. I like that. Okay, grain cereals was cheap. Yeah, really cheap here. I'm not seeing any of the items that we need for this phase, though. Oh well. I guess that cuts our visit to this city very short. I'll just keep that in mind. If I need really cheap grain cereals, I'm coming here. Okay, now we're going to Wazlot. And I think I forgot to mention in the last episode that I got most of the items for the previous phase, phase 4, on Jondd, just by going to all the cities around Banville. I would go to a city, if they had one of the items, I would pick it up, then I'd go to another city. And if they had the item, the same item, I would buy it. And then I would sell the same item in my pod, and it would always give me a profit. A slight profit sometimes. Sometimes like 1,000 credit profit. The higher quality the item, the bigger the profit. Okay, here is the commodity exchange. So let's see what they got here. Any cryogens? Yes, they do. So let's get them. Let's fill up the pod. We don't have any more room. But let's see what they got. Man, wood's fibers are really cheap here. Okay, they got gems, crystals. I'll keep that in mind. Pharmaceuticals, that was one of the items. Okay, I think that's it. If I can't find pharmaceuticals, I'll keep this city in mind. Chances are that they won't have the same items if I come back. But they might. You never know. It always randomizes what they have in the commodity exchange. Oh, and before I mentioned that you create an artificial demand when you buy an item and then sell it back, the item in your pod. Well, I haven't been able to reproduce that effect. It seemed to happen one time, and then I mentioned it, and then I kept trying to do it again, and I kept getting the same offer for the price of the item in the pod after that. So I don't know if it's valid or not. And we're out in the middle of nowhere again, and I don't know where to go. Oh great, and I left the city. It's pretty nice looking though. Nice ocean. Alright. Now I don't know where the ship is. Great, I might have to cut the video short. Oh, well, there's the commodity exchange. Let's just see what they got. No cryogens here. Okay, antimatter is pretty cheap here. Droids are really expensive here. They seem to like droids on some of these worlds. So if I ever come back here, I'm going to bring some droids for sure. Yeah, they like droids here. Okay, now we gotta look for the ship. I don't know where it is. There weren't any buildings around, so now I have to circle the outskirts of the city just looking for it. Great. I don't want to go too far. I'll leave the city again. Go to the overland view. It always puts you in a random spot when you land at one of these cities. Unless it's to the Starport. Then it always puts you in the same spot. But these other cities, when you buy a ground scanner, there's no telling where you land. You could land all the way out where there's nothing, and you wouldn't know where to go, where anything is. Which seems to be the case here. I don't know where the ship went. I might have to end this episode right here and then start up the next one after I've found the ship. Oh, there it is. Don't do that to me. Okay. So, I suppose we'll just check out this last city. Temlinton. And did I mention the city that we were on? Nuth? Well, if I didn't, I just did. Okay, so we're going to check this commodity exchange, see if they have anything that we need. Okay. See if we can find it. I wonder where it is. Looks like we're gonna have to check the map. Oh wow, it's all the way over there. I wouldn't have even guessed that there was another part to the city. Alright, let's see if they got cryogens, but they do not. So let's check prices. Okay. Well, they do have some cheap, whoa, really cheap pharmaceuticals. I gotta keep that in mind. And I think I cycled through everything. Okay. Well, let's go back to the ship. Well, if I ever wanted to trade pharmaceuticals, this would be the place to buy it at. And we're gonna go to the bank. Give me your cash or die. Okay, shoot him! Alright, got 238 credits. Bet you didn't think you were gonna get shot when you woke up this morning, huh? Huh. I am gonna have to replace the shield, I think. I think I took a couple hits. But better that thing gets shot than me. Wasn't it Abe Simpson who said sooner or later everybody gets shot? And I did fire a couple times, but it didn't register that my scatter gun went down. Okay, I'm going to end the video here. This is Big Low signing off. Have a good day. See you in the next episode.